Hey Mixers, welcome back to another NFL preseason video. I did do a video already for Friday, and I do have one bet to add for Friday's slate because it hasn't been played yet. And then I do have a couple bets for Saturday's slate. I didn't find as many edges on Saturday's slate as I was hoping for. Last Saturday we had a great day. They haven't put out some lines for the Buffalo Bills yet, so I want to probably make some last minute bets on them. But let's jump into it, guys. So we can't review Friday's picks because those games have not been played yet. But just to review them, we have Cam Ward under 72.5 passing yards. That's no longer available, but it's dropped down to like 50 yards on, I think Prize Picks has it at 50 or maybe Underdog. So I might bet the over there and try to hit a middle. And then Brashard Smith over 16.5 rushing yards. I actually also bet on Elijah Mitchell. I talked about in the video how I liked them both. And I put a bet on Carson Steele over 15.5 rushing yards. We know that the Chiefs are going to spread the ball around. They always do that. And Seattle should provide, a pretty soft matchup to run against. And then Gardner Minshew over 65.5 passing yards. I think it's still there, so you should still be able to get it at 65.5 right now. For Saturday's games, I have Kyle Allen over 85.5 passing yards. Kyle Allen is clearly the better quarterback between him and Hendon Hooker. So they are going to give Hendon Hooker plenty of opportunities to prove himself. But I like Kyle Allen. He's been over this line twice already in a game that didn't even finish against the Falcons, and then in the Hall of Fame game. And then last week against this team, Tyson Bagent of the Bears was able to get 103 passing yards. Case Keenum was able to get 80. So even though, even if Hendon Hooker ends up playing more time here, I think Kyle Allen has the talent and the experience. I mean, I'm not saying he's good, okay? I'm just saying for a backup, he's been around the league. He's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. And Hendon Hooker's been around, but Kyle Allen is clearly better. And so I do like his odds of going over that line against the Dolphins, who should be a soft matchup against passing. And then Kyle Trask, he played really great for the Buccaneers last week. He had 129 passing yards. We're going to take him under 127.5 passing yards today. He had a soft matchup against the Titans last week. This week he's facing the Steelers, which I think could lead to just as much passing. But there's a new quarterback being entered into the rotation here. Teddy Bridgewater should get some playing time. So if all three of these quarterbacks end up seeing the field, then I just don't like Kyle Trask's odds of getting over that line as much. So do I still think he's going to end up somewhere around 80, 90, 100? Yeah, but I don't know about 130. So we're going to take the under there. And then Kamani Vidal over 19.5 rushing yards. In the Hall of Fame game, he had 9 carries for 37. And then in last week's game, he did have 6 carries for 16. Also, Trey Lance had 7 carries for 48. So Trey Lance was taking a bunch of those carries away from the running back crew in general. I think Kamani Vidal is just going to see a steady dose of about 5 to 6 to 7 carries a game. And that should get him somewhere in the 20s here. So I like him to go over 19.5 rushing yards. So just to review our 3 picks for Saturday's slate so far, I will have added picks in the pinned comment, are Kyle Allen over 85.5 passing yards, Kyle Trask under 127.5 passing yards, Kamani Vidal over 19.5 rushing yards. And then just as a side note, I forgot to mention this earlier, betting on the preseason, this is just for fun. I'm only betting a half a unit per day. So, if I lose, which I have been losing quite often, then it's just a half a unit a day. This is just for fun, to have something on these games to give me something to watch them for. And it kind of puts the players in the back of your head for later on down in the season when injuries start tearing people up. You kind of have in the back of your head, oh, hey, I bet on these guys in the preseason. And they either looked good or they didn't look good. And so you kind of have an edge over everybody else and the betting market because you remember how those players performed in the preseason. You don't have to go back and look at it, and you watched the games. So be careful. You're going to lose a lot here. I think we're barely sitting like at 43% hit rate right now. I would like to bring that up, obviously, over 50%. And if we can get close to 60, that would be ideal. I don't know if we'll be able to do that in the preseason, but I will try my best. And I will be here on every single NFL preseason slate. We do already have videos out for season-long NFL bets and season-long, not season-long college bets, but we have week 1 college bets, week 1 NFL bets. We have touchdown calls. We've got it all. So go check it out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, have a great day. Thank you for your time.